One for sorrow. Jack liked to test his guns in the woods at dawn. The air was clean, the world was quiet, and no one ever came looking. That morning, as he checked the balance of a new pistol, he noticed a magpie perched on a low branch, watching him with that tilted, curious head. He gave it a lazy salute. One for sorrow. A second magpie fluttered down beside the first. Jack didn't hesitate. He raised the pistol, fired once, and the bird simply wasn't there anymore. Two for joy, he smirked. The surviving magpie screamed, a sharp, furious sound, and vanished into the trees. Jack holstered the gun, satisfied. The rival went down cleanly. Jack prided himself on that. No loose ends, no fibres, no prints. The man hit the floor hard, and as he fell, one of his cufflinks, heavy, gold, shaped like a tiny crown, popped free and skittered across the floorboards. He slipped out into the night, perfect as always. A few days later, he noticed a magpie watching him. It sat on a lamppost outside his building, feathers gleaming oil black in the streetlight. When he stepped out of his car, it cawed once, a sharp cutting sound, and flew off. He saw it again the next morning, perched on the fire escape opposite his flat, and again that afternoon on the roof of the corner shop, always watching with a baleful eye. Once it swooped at him as he crossed the street, passing close enough that he felt the wind of its wings. He cursed and threw a bottle at it. The bird dodged easily and settled on a railing, staring at him with a stillness that felt almost deliberate. Jack shook it off. Stupid bird. He had bigger things to worry about. When the police arrived with a warrant, he was ready for them, smug even. He leaned against the kitchen counter, arms folded, watching them tear his flat apart with the calm confidence of a man who had never once been caught. He even made a joke about it. "Take your time, lads, I've got nothing to hide." For a while, it looked like he was right. Cupboards opened, drawers emptied, carpets lifted. Nothing at all. Then one of the officers stepped out of the bedroom, holding something small and gleaming between two gloved fingers. A cufflink. Gold. Crown-shaped. Unmistakable. Magpies mate for life, they say. When one is taken, the other remembers. A cufflink, too, is meant to live as a pair. When the detectives held up the single gold crown, it gleamed with that same lonely finality. Jack's smile faltered. The officer's voice was quiet, almost gentle. "This belongs to the man who was killed. One of a custom-made pair. The other was still on his body. How does this end up in your home?" Jack opened his mouth, but nothing came out. They cuffed him by the window, and as the metal clicked shut around his wrists, he looked out and froze. The magpie was perched on the railing outside, staring straight at him, unmoving, unblinking, cold as judgment. And somehow, without logic, without explanation, he knew. He knew exactly what had happened. He knew exactly who had carried that cufflink into his home. A bird that gives shiny gifts to those it liked, could it give them to those it hated? The magpie cawed once, a sound like laughter. Later, in the holding cell, he heard it again, a chirp. He looked out the window. The magpie was perched on the branch of a nearby tree, silhouetted against the streetlight. It tilted its head, feathers shimmering like oil. It cawed softly, almost delighted. Jack turned away, but the sound followed him, bright, mocking, triumphant. A gift for an enemy. A final salute.